Our next story is from China, where an unverified screenshot has led to a rally in Beijing stocks with gains of over $450 billion. Let me explain. On Monday night, this screenshot appeared on WeChat, China's biggest social media platform. It was an unverified post of 4 paragraphs written in black characters on a white background. What did it say? It basically detailed a reopening plan, a plan to end the restrictions and the lockdowns. It apparently claimed that China's number 4 official, Wang Huning, who is one of 7 men in the powerful Politburo Standing Committee, had held a meeting of COVID-19 experts at the request of the President Xi Jinping. Now, this sped up, according to the reports, a conditional reopening plan to open the Chinese economy by March 2023. The text also referred to Xi Jinping as quote-unquote big boss. And as for Wang Huning, it used the letters WHN to describe him. The intention behind using these code names was to apparently sidestep the tight censorship on WeChat. Nobody knew who was behind the screenshot or when exactly its text was written, or even if it was true for that matter. But within minutes, this screenshot went viral. It spread like wildfire on Weibo and WeChat. And soon, Chinese businessmen started tweeting out similar posts. Take this one, for instance. It was tweeted by Hong Hao, a prominent Hong Kong-based businessman who talked about a similar reopening plan. It was also widely shared by stock traders and market analysts, all of whom suggested that China was indeed eyeing a reopening. No one knows if they are making things up or if they have a real sense of what's happening, but their actions had a serious impact. They sent the Chinese markets rallying. They roared back from last week's damages, all due to the speculation of a reopening. Let me share some figures. The Hang Seng Tech Index jumped 9.3% on Tuesday. A stock gauge tracking Chinese companies in Hong Kong rose over 6%. The CSI index of onshore shares gained more than 3%. And the onshore yuan rose as much as 0.7% after falling to a 15-year low earlier. Now, remember, for quite some time now, investors have been looking for reasons to scoop up the stagnant Chinese stocks. They are among the worst performers in the world this year, with the Chinese economy growing at its slowest pace in 4 decades. Last week, things got even worse when Xi Jinping consolidated power in a twice-a-decade personnel reshuffle, and this weakened the yuan to a 15-year low. So the news of China planning to reopen instilled some much-needed optimism in the markets. And have a look at the results. The screenshot sent Beijing stocks rallying with gains of over $450 billion in the last 2 days. $450 billion. Was this all intentional? Was the screenshot leaked on purpose? Is this yet another trick to boost the economy? No one really knows. But what this episode highlights for sure is how tough it is to obtain information in the world's second biggest economy. In China, every internal government deliberation is always a closely guarded secret. So it's very tough for the average Chinese citizen to actually find out about big policy shifts that are underway. And that is why such decisions often leak out in unusual ways through screenshots or pictures. But the big question here is, has China said anything about these rumors? Well, it hasn't. Beijing has chosen to stay mum on these reports. The state media is not even covering them. So here's hoping the excitement in the Chinese business community is not misplaced. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.